This is FUTV. Hello, everybody. We are live right now. Get involved in this latest update. What a day it has been. I say latest update. Feels like I've been updating every single bit of news that has come out today on Manchester United. It has been one hell of a day, hasn't it, Reds? It really has. With everything that's gone on from that blockbuster opening to the day with Ruben being sacked, to all of the after stories, all the talk of possible managers coming in at Manchester United. We're here now, right at the end of the day. I do apologise, I'm a little bit late. I was doing some other work, which I will tell you about and probably send you the clips for on the channel here as well. Very interesting chats with somebody, let's just say high up there anyway, with certain opinions in the world of sports media. Former player. Anyway, enough about that. I'll talk about that when it does actually come out in a bit. But safe to say, all the talk has been the same. Every single subject today has been on what's happening with Manchester United now. Now, we moved on from Ruben Amorim. I've heard so many people's opinions today on this. I want to get into what's happened as to why Ruben has been sacked. Some more stories coming out. The truth behind the Kobbie Mainoo situation is the interesting one, which I want to talk about. First of all, I want to get your opinions on this. Quickly, before we get into what's happened and what actually happened behind the scenes with Ruben and Kobbie Mainoo, and what's been reported today from Samuel Lucas this afternoon. Quickly from Sully, an update from him in regards to Kobbie Mainoo, the mystery of that injury, whether he was injured or not. Thankfully, Sully has come out and said that Kobbie Mainoo has a genuine injury. I can tell you this as a fact, he is not the type of person to fake an injury to not play because he's not favoured under the manager. Medical teams always have to be careful with calf injuries. Brilliant news there from Manchester United fans, the fact that Kobbie Mainoo isn't the next Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. We had concerns over it. It looked strange. And with everything that's going on at the football club, who'd have known? It might not have actually happened. It might not have been the case. We could have seen the Rashford Garnacho 2.0. It's not. It's not the case. So that one is officially put to bed. And the news from that as well on Kobbie Mainoo, and the reason why he has been isolated or out in the cold, we could say, the relationship with Ruben Amorim and Kobbie Mainoo, what Samuel Lucas has been reported on as well. Kobbie Mainoo and Ruben Amorim had a shouting match at Carrington at the end of last season. Mainoo's family were not fans of Amorim, but Mainoo refused to give up on his Manchester United career, perhaps confident he would outlast the manager. It now does look like Kobbie Mainoo was just being ill-advised, and our biggest fears all the time with Kobbie Mainoo were from the people around him. I know he loves his family, but when it comes to football and what we really want from a playoff, not our best friends, let's just say that, because they're trying to force their Kobbie Mainoo away from Manchester United. That's what it looked like. Kobbie Mainoo, I know there's a big push to obviously getting back in the United side, which is what Kobbie Mainoo wants, but ultimately it was just forcing Kobbie away. And then obviously his agency coming in and trying to convince Manchester United and everybody at the football club. It was all just a push to get more money from their side. Kobbie Mainoo, according to Sully, has been knuckling down. We've listened to many reports on this. It's not just the first time someone's come out and said that Kobbie Mainoo has been the model pro. He's not the type of player to feign an injury just because he's not happy with the manager, waiting his chance to come out. He has knuckled down, apparently, got on with it, and is, hopefully, close to coming back to fitness. It's strange how it all happened at the time when we were in trouble. A transfer window opened. Kobbie Mainoo goes missing after everything that happened at Bournemouth. You could speculate and put it all together and make a story, and it was nearly there. Everybody was believing it because we couldn't actually believe what was going on at the football club at the time. It was a weird scenario flying around Manchester United with what was going on, with Ruben coming out and talking the academy players down, and talking about he'll play Kobbie, his formation. It was all around that time, and it was a bit strange. Maybe this was the start of the end for Ruben Amorim. And effectively, in the end, everything blew up for him. And he went mad. It got too much for him. And we've talked about this throughout the day, all of the different structure issues and problems at Manchester United. Certain players, and I've just seen a piece on Sky now where they're talking about the amount of players that have come out and publicly backed Ruben Amorim or thanked him as such and sent him on his way. This is really, I don't really care, to be honest. I don't care what player comes out All I want to see is a player turn out on the pitch and look like he wants to be there and actually produce the goods. That's all that matters right now. And in the end, you could say that Kobbie was a prime example of Ruben not getting the best out of a player because he wasn't flexible enough in his formation. That's an argument there. I still have my issues with Kobbie Mainoo, by the way, and the fact that he believes he should be in this Man United side ahead of other players. He isn't as good as Bruno Fernandes still. He has definitely got to do a lot to prove us all. Well, he's got to do a lot to prove to us all that he is the right player for Manchester United still. I'll keep on saying it. I've seen glimpses of pure quality, but I've seen nothing consistent yet. And hopefully now we might see that in a new formation that suits this team better, and we can get Kobbie back playing, because he clearly wants to be a Manchester United player. And I think the conversation of whether Kobbie Mainoo is good enough is a more comfortable position and a more comfortable debate to have, rather than Kobbie Mainoo just really thinking he should be in this side and he's better than anybody else in there. I'm hoping that the stories about Kobbie Mainoo behind the scenes are bang on and are true, knuckling down, getting on with it. We don't need any more drama at Manchester United. We just want to get on with it. We just want our team to be playing good football. And if Kobbie contributes to it, everybody's happy. It all comes down to Ruben at the end of the day, though, doesn't it? That has been the big talking point throughout the day. And we are now in a position where we can fully discuss what happens next. We've done it throughout the day. I've updated you all on the movers and shakers and everybody that's in the fight for the new manager's job at Manchester United, whether it's going to be an interim, whether it's going to be a permanent manager, an interim for an interim, is what we're looking at as well. We can start talking ahead now and start looking forward to the next stage for Manchester United, the turning of the page, you could say, really. It's been an absolute whirlwind. And I'm glad that things are, well, no, I'm not glad that things are, because there's no sign of this yet. Hopefully things will start to calm down now a little bit and start to just settle, and we can concentrate on the football. That's all that matters. It really is. There's lots of other bits of different news. Gary Neville has been having his say today on Sky as well. I do think this league this year is below average. I do think this Manchester United team are still in a position whereby they can get into the Champions League. They need an experienced coach who knows how to get them over the line. What Manchester United need to do is to return to a back four with wide players who can go and basically attack with that. That was the first bit Gary Neville says. He also says Man United have got to appoint a manager that fits the DNA of the football club, a manager with experience who is willing to play fast, entertaining, attacking and aggressive football. Gary Neville's saying that before on Sky. Do you believe that is right? Do we need an experienced manager in? Is the inexperienced manager the recipe for disaster? Have we been here before and failed because of that? Do United need to go out and get the best in class in terms of manager? Do you go out and spend that money on getting a top manager in that can get more out of these players? That's what Gary Neville said earlier on Sky as well. Sky are also reporting that Ruben Amorim was keen to sign Jean-Philippe Mateta and Danny Welbeck, and spoke to Manchester United bosses about signing one of them. Experienced players. This is something else that I don't actually believe Ruben Amorim is wrong about. I agree with, if that was Ruben's stance, I totally agree that was the right way to go. We need a little bit of experience in this side. And I just think that behind the scenes, Manchester United really there's so much going on that we didn't know about. Of course, we're not supposed to know about everything, but like the transfer request for Ruben, the uncertainty about the players that he wants, how much of a say he had, has brought about all of this debate and this argument. I do believe that there was a meeting between Ruben and Wilcox. I think it blew up from there, but I think everything was getting worse before that. And all of these stories that are coming out now, and everything that's being said from what's happened behind closed doors at Carrington now with the Mainoo situation, now we're hearing about transfer requests and him wanting certain players in, not getting what he wants, not in line with the football structure at Manchester United. All of this now is making complete sense. And I think Ruben's anger and his outburst is simply because he was never going to get his way. He was never, ever going to get his way at this football club. There are too many people above him, and I just don't think he's used to working in this environment. It's as simple as that. It is. I mean, I'm looking through lots and lots of pieces of news here and different stories that are going on. Amorim's criticism of Patrick Dorgu, Harry and Mas and Chido went down particularly badly with Manchester United's hierarchy, who were also unhappy with the performance versus Wolves. So again, Ruben talking in public, and we're finding out the stories for why Ruben Amorim has been sacked. It's not just because of the formation, it's an accumulation of Ruben Amorim being outspoken over time and not getting the results to back up what he was talking about. It's like you had plenty of credit in the bank, you could go in and start throwing your weight around. And this is why we need a manager to come in that has got that credit, that can start talking about what's right and what works. Manchester United hired a manager that just did not have the credentials to manage in the Premier League. Yeah, he could have come good, and it looked like the right fit at the time. But this is something that Ineos are going to have to front now, face up to, and say, we got it wrong. We got it completely wrong, and now we have to fix this. This is a massive, massive year now, and the rest of this season is huge for Manchester United. And everything that we're reading here now is because of Ineos. That's what it is. Ruben is part of it, but Ineos have really shot themselves in the foot here with this appointment. And I'll always be dead honest and dead straight down the middle with it. I'll say when things are good and when things are bad. And this is bad. And everything I'm reading, all of these little stories now coming out, are proof that this was not the right appointment, and it's on them. It's on them for not getting the right man in charge. It's as simple as that. There's another story here on Manchester United under-21 head coach Travis Binion is under strong consideration to be in the dugout with Darren Fletcher against Burnley on Wednesday. So United are actually bringing in their full academy setup to come in and take charge of the first team. These are men that have never ever dealt with first team Premier League players before on the manager level. Fletcher's got experience as an assistant, of course, but this is going to be a very weird scenario. And all it does to me is shout out that Manchester United here are not ready to employ Darren Fletcher as a permanent interim. They can say that they want to give Darren Fletcher the chance if he does well. I don't see them actually seeing this through. I think they'll have someone else lined up, and I reckon by the end of January, United will have a different interim manager in. We cannot continue with this, I don't think, anyway. Let's get into the comment section. And one from Sean T says, thank you, Adam, for being fair and unbiased with this whole time. Really appreciate that, mates. Really appreciate that as well. Another comment in as well. Keep them coming in, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been one of them days. Paul says, you're the best one to listen to, Adam. I'm getting praise tonight, people. Love that. Absolutely brilliant. Quickly, just on the Sky thing and what's actually been said about the players coming out and thanking Ruben Amorim. Now, Luke Shaw has done it as well. So that's Shaw, it's Dalot, it's Ahmad, it's Maguire, it's Bruno. So the thing that Sky were building up before kind of been really built up into something that's really not. They were trying to paint the picture that Ruben was really not a liked man at Manchester United. So I don't think that's the case. I think there are plenty of players there that liked him. There's the obvious that have fallen out with him, and you're never going to have a full happy ship of players at a football club. I think everybody knows that. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. So if you see that story or if you see people talking about it, then make sure that you do look into what is really happening. Do some research yourself. Look on social media. You'll see the players have all been actually thanking Ruben for his time and the help that he's given certain players. You're not going to get it with everyone, but at least some have actually done it. Lee with a super chat says, what the F are we doing looking at Glasner? Won't get a manager. We'll be a head coach. Yep, same thing as said before, Lee. Glasner's a good manager. He is a good manager. He'll be called a head coach at Manchester United. It's whether we can get someone in that is going to take that role and take that title and work with Ineos. And this was a debate I was going through before. I named all of the managers. And just to bring you up to date on the manager situation, Aidan Heaven is also like, so let's just say there's a big group of the Man United players now that have said thank you to Ruben Amorim. Let's go with that, shall we? There is a story going around that Maresca, and it's come from Graham Bailey, who has said that Maresca is now well connected. Jorge Mendes is now his agent, and there is connections through Ineos as well. So Maresca is in there, and he is more than open to taking the Manchester United job. That will be a really interesting one. A very interesting one if Maresca takes the job. It's not going to be the fans' favourite, I don't think. But that's the question I asked before. If you haven't seen the video of all of the names, Maresca, by the way, is third favourite to take the job with the bookies right now. When you look at that, when you look at who's in the frame, and I mentioned it on the video earlier on, what type of head coach are we getting? It's someone who wants to work with Ineos. You're not going to get, I don't think, certain managers to come in anymore. I think United are looking for proven. Is Maresca proven? Champions League football, 2 trophies, good communicator. His football isn't the worst in the world. It's not. He changes a lot, I know that. I don't know, is the honest answer. I can't make my mind up about Maresca, but get your thoughts in on this, please, everybody, and give me your opinions on it. We've already had one in there, Lee, who said, don't even look at Oliver Glasner. There'll be plenty of people saying don't go for the likes of Maresca either. Don't know. And in 40 months, Maresca will be the 11th manager sacked. This is, I think, what everyone's going to say. People coming in and trying to predict what's going to happen again. This is going to continue to happen. When people underperform at their job, they get fired. When people have a go at the owners of that company, they get fired. It's as simple as that. You just have to accept reality at the moment. Ruben really wasn't good enough. His results spoke for themselves. Jim says, with a super chat, thank you, Jim. Hertzler is being overlooked. I think he is a very tactical, astute coach and plays good football. He has vastly improved Brighton. I'd back it. Yeah, again, it's like you need someone with power. And it's not difficult for me to explain. You need someone who's got experience of winning and playing and managing at the highest level. That, I think, is where United need to go. And that's why I think it's the interim, and then you go for the big name in the summer. You need someone who can handle a big squad like Manchester United. With the players that we've got, handle the egos, handle the pressure, know how to deal with the media, and not start flapping as soon as the going gets tough. I do believe that there is managers out there that United can go out and get. I want United to go and flex their muscle and get the right manager in. Go out and be Manchester United. If you can't get it now, and you know that the managers that you want, that you know are the right fit and are experienced enough, won't come in season now, then you get the interim manager and you try and bring some joy back to this squad and try and give them a bit of freedom to play their football. Do that, and then spend your time and effort and everything else in putting what money aside you have to put aside to go out and get the best manager / head coach that you possibly can. Convince someone to come in. Will someone come in and work with Ineos? It's debatable after what we've seen with Ruben Amorim. But if there is someone big enough and someone bold enough and someone with the experience and quality and clout that has actually done it before comes in, then they might actually listen to that manager as well. Ruben just didn't have the credentials, which makes the appointment from Ineos look even more ridiculous at this point. They trusted a young up-and-coming manager that didn't work. We've tried this so many times. The one thing that has worked with Manchester United so far is the experience. You need someone who knows what it is to be at a big club, and they're hard to find. You're not going to get the time to actually bring through a young up-and-coming manager anymore, I don't think. The interim side of it is interesting. It is. The interim side of it, that can be a different type of appointment. I'm talking about the summer when you need to get it right. Like, the interim is important because this season is still on. So it's got to be someone decent who is good enough to coach this team and get the best out of what we've got. Because we're not going to get transfers, I don't think. Look, there's rumours that Man United will spend if necessary, but I don't see them going out of their way now. So it's all going to be on the manager and what comes in next. Just to give you the list of all of the managers with the bookies and who is favourite. Glasner is the favourite. Outstanding favourite. Then it's Fletcher, Maresca. Southgate now is for some reason coming at 4th favourite. I don't know why that is. Carrick, Xavi, Unai Emery, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Adoni Iraola from Bournemouth. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, according to Rich Fay as well, is now well and truly an option for Manchester United and would welcome an approach from the club to come back in and take charge of Manchester United. Never go back, they say. Never go back. I don't think that's the right way to go for United. Look, Ollie brought some happy days, but I've still got fears of the ending of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign at Manchester United in my memory that I don't want to bring back again. And that's what will happen. I don't think that's the right fit. And I think that would be a big mistake, massive mistake, in fact, in bringing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back. I don't think it would work for us. I just think Carrick kind of makes sense in the interim, as long as you have got a plan to bring in someone bigger. I think that is and does make complete sense. And I think, honestly, if we can get the manager now, go for him. But I don't think he's there. I don't know if they'll be looking at managers from the World Cup. Obviously, Nagelsmann, Pochettino, Tuchel, all of them managers are going to be free in the middle of July. You could look at them. And then, it's difficult. It is really, really difficult to pinpoint the exact right man for Man United at this moment. I've put a poll up there right now. Who do you want? What's the manager? Who's coming in? Glasner, Maresca, Carrick, Xavi. We're going to do this again. We did it this morning. Let's see if things have changed through all of the opinions and everything that's been spoken about through the day. We just set that off now. There's a mass vote going on there right now. Get involved in that poll, everybody. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know who you would take in at Manchester United now. Let's get through some of your comments as well. We just had a few more super chats come in, and I'm going to get some of your other comments in the normal comment section as well. First of all, let's get in. Lee's back in with another one. Until Glazers go, this will carry on. Well, we've just got to carry on, mate, until they've gone. We've got to keep playing football, and at the moment, the proof is there that Man United can get something out of the season. So let's concentrate on what's in front of us, and let's get an interim manager in that can get United over the line. That's got to be the next step. And over the line means Champions League. It will be a yes man, 100%. I can't be bothered with it, says Flash. You've got to be, mate, because it's United. It's your team. It's your team. I know you're probably not bothered about it actually mattering who comes in. I get that. I do get that, buddy. But this is a big moment for Man United here. And there's going to be full judgment on Ineos on which way they go now. Lee again says, Ineos want a yes man. Fletcher's that man. He is for now, definitely, mate. I agree with you on that. What about Ferrioli? He's worked with Ineos before. I get it. I feel like Man United need to go out and throw the world at Unai Emery in the summer. That's what I think. Thinking about it and going through everything, discussing everything that I have today, United need to go and throw everything that they've got and tell Unai Emery to be Man United's next manager. That's what I think needs to happen. He's the only one I can think of that might be tempted in to that big club. Now, Villa's massive. But Manchester United is a juggernaut. And I think if United go full bore, they could get Unai Emery. I think they need to. We're not going to get him now, and I'm realistic in that, which is why I think the interim is probably the right way to go, because the right manager is not there for us at the moment. So let's just look at this properly, and let's see who gives us that guarantee of winning trophies. Premier League experience at the highest level and turning a team round in one season. Who gives us that? There's only one man. That's Unai Emery. It's him. Everybody else, you're taking a gamble on. Every other manager that you've mentioned is a gamble. United can't afford to gamble anymore. They just can't afford to bring anybody in, I don't think, from overseas, young manager, inexperienced, club legend, whichever way you want to talk. This needs to be an absolute bomb dropped and a significant statement made by Man United. It's the only way that we are going to move forward. It has to be a big name. someone you know who can handle this team. Cowboy says, give over, Adam. Look, tell me I'm wrong. I'm just like, even if you don't get Emery, is he not the perfect man for Man United? Tell me I'm wrong. He is exactly what this football club needs. Someone who can handle the size of Manchester United. He's been there. He's done it. He's gone away, won more trophies, come back and absolutely changed the face of Aston Villa. I'm knocking on the door and I'm saying, Unai, this is your big chance. This is the biggest club in the world. You deserve this and this is your moment. That's what I'm saying. And get into Manchester United. Get into Manchester United. That's what you need to do if you're Manchester United. If you're deciding on what we do next, I think that's the way to go, personally. Many will disagree with me. I get it. It's totally fine. I will. Let's get through the headlines on everything else. Kobbie Mainoo, Joshua Zirkzee, Manuel Ugarte were desperate to leave Manchester United this month with Ruben Amorim. If Ruben Amorim had stayed, says Chris Wheeler. Again, I'm bothered about that. I'm more looking at this and saying, well, Zirkzee can go and Manuel Ugarte can go. I think that will happen anyway in the summer. And I think this is where we will see if the football structure really does have teeth. These players weren't happy. These players aren't good enough. Kobbie has got a half a chance. Zirkzee and Ugarte, you're never going to be consistently in the Champions League with them players. So Ineos, as well as picking the manager, as well as getting the next man to take us forward, let's see you do your job. I don't want to hear any talk of Marcus Rashford coming back in. Forget that. I don't want to see any change of plan with the strategy of moving players on. Manuel Ugarte and Zirkzee are hitting that 2-year period, Omar. So let's get them out as well because they haven't performed to the right level. We need replacements for them. And then we start to look at what we can do with that academy after that. This team needs to have the right first 11 now, and that has to be the aim. That has to be the aim. Anyway, let's get into the other bits of news, which is going. There's loads of bits of news coming around. Cowboy, come on! Like, how can you say that Unai Emery isn't the right man? Seriously, have you seen what this? Have you seen this guy? Have you seen what he's done at Villa? How can you say that Emery's not the right man? Christopher Vivell is pushing for Nagelsmann. I mentioned the World Cup managers. He's the manager of Germany right now. Experience, high level, obviously at Bayern Munich. Was let go there, but that was actually accepted, was a mistake by Bayern, and they wanted him back. He then told them where to go. So that's, again, that's a big story to look at. Manchester United have discussed Francesco Furioli at Porto, says Jason Burt of The Telegraph and James Ducker of The Telegraph also. They're also saying that Manchester United are highly unlikely to show interest in Enzo Maresca. So that story's changing all of the time. And this is what you're going to get now. You're going to get journalists going over journalists, giving their reports and their opinions from their sources now, saying that that's not true, this is true. Let the fight commence. That's what we're going to say right now. That's what we're looking at. Lee, thank you for the super chat again. Emery won't be told what players he can and can't have. He is a manager, not a head coach. Won't be a yes man, so won't work. Well, look at it this way. If Emery comes in, will Ineos give him respect because he has got credit in the bank? It's a question. Yes. They would have to look at it differently. You can't go out and get Emery unless you give him what he needs. Now, I would say go and get Emery, because then you can allow him to have more of a say because he's done it. There is no backing of Ruben Amorim in this format at all, in going out and saying that we need to bring you in, we need to give you this, this and that. You can't do that with someone like Amorim or other managers that we've mentioned because they haven't got the experience and they haven't got that credit. Emery's got credit. So if you go and get a big name, then call him whatever you want. As long as you give him the tools that he wants and you give him the proper say because he deserves that, then that can work. This is the only way that we're going to be convinced as a fan base. Again, like I get the people shooting down my ideas of managers. People say Uriola. we'd need to change a full squad because the way he plays is so intense. I don't think the Manchester United squad could handle it. And look, there's a lot of people saying, well, that's a good thing, Adam, because that means that we can get rid of these crap players that have let us down over the last 5 years. I get that, but we have to be realistic also in what we can do in the immediate. So what can we do straight away? A manager that can turn this team around with the right formation and the backing of Ineos to a point where they will help out where necessary in moving out the bad eggs and not allowing the culture to drop at Manchester United. It shouldn't really matter what the formation is ultimately. It's just what the manager's getting out of the players. And the formation will get brought up, but the formation realistically for us with Ruben was killing certain players off. It killed Bruno. It left Kobbie out. It was pushing Ahmad as a wing-back when he's probably a better winger. All of them players showed attitude and gave everything that they could to a certain degree, but you weren't getting the maximum out of them players. You could have got more, is what we're saying. The formation, yes, it comes into it, but it's about the attitude of the players. Can you get more players on board if you're playing a system that suits them better? I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Of course you can. Of course you can. And that, I think, is where we need to go now. But if you bring a manager in also that these players respect and can actually look at and say, well, that guy's won this, this and this, with the backing of a structure as well, then that actually then goes on to another level for Manchester United. And it's completely different again. Right, I'm going to keep on running through all the news and stories that are going around. Just a quick one again. Another one on Firiola from Porto. Fulham's Marco Silva and Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola have all been discussed by Manchester United. So 3 more there. They're already getting to work, according to the Telegraph right now. So Farioli and Marco Silva and Andoni Iraola are all on Manchester United's list. So let's just see how that develops. Again, this is realistic conversation now because we need a manager in. And I've got no idea which way they're going to go with it, but it's going to be really interesting to see how far they actually do go. I'm just going to go through more snippets here that we've saved. Oh, by the way, Bruno Fernandes looks likely to feature against Burnley. Oh my God, that would be such a bonus for Manchester United. We could actually, at that point, play a 4-2-3-1, couldn't we? We could. We'd have Dorgu up there, yes, not ideal, but you'd have Bruno sat in front of Casemiro and Agate. You could have Dorgu up there on one side. You'd have Cunha the other side, and you could have, obviously, Benjamin Sesko. And that could be your 4-prong attack. But with Bruno back in there, just in front of Agate and Casemiro, and then a back 4 of Shaw, Dalot, Leacher and Heaven, I'm liking that. You know what else a formation brings you as well? A change of formation? No need to go out and buy another centre-back. Plough that money into your midfield. That's key in the formation change and what a new manager might actually bring Manchester United as well. That's something else we need to also remember. More comments coming in. Thank you, everybody. Pile in and give me your thoughts. Jack hit in with another super chat. Thank you, Jack. He says, Farioli, I called it. Ineos really like the work he did at Nice. He left them for Ajax. Ever since he left, Nice have fallen off a cliff. If he's known to the club, then it's obviously an into it straight away. So, again, you could actually be looking at, I mean, we've called it before, haven't we, at Manchester United? Friends for the boys. Jobs for the boys. And I don't get me wrong, like, good managers, good coaches, I still go down the proven Premier League route. I have to at this point. It sounds arrogant of me in thinking that there's no one else in European football that can do a job. I think there is. I really do think there is. And this is why the interim is so important for us. Can we get through this season, get into the Champions League, and then with Champions League football, it opens up. Anybody then is available to Manchester United. And you've got the money to back yourselves and say, you come in, we'll give you him and him, along with what you've already got right now. He's going, and you're going to get the best players that are possibly available for these positions. Make sure that you pick the manager that's going to play the formation that you want, that's going to fit your philosophy. No backing out of this now and saying that we were convinced in an interview that this manager had the right had the right idea, and was going to take us forward. No, none of that shit like you did with obviously Amorim. What you need to do now is, as soon as you get wind of a manager saying that this is going to work and that's going to work and it doesn't really fit in what you want, end of conversation. See you later. Time to move on to the next candidate. They have to fit in what we want. It's as simple as that. What is the philosophy at Manchester United? Do you want to create one, Ineos? Do you want to build something here? Then find the man that's going to fit in the way that you want to play. Stop giving the chances to people that want to change and transform Manchester United. This is a mistake that we've made so many times. If we have got an identity, it's been lost over the last 10 years. And we need to discover it again. We need to find it again. And it's now Ineos' job to find the man to do that. DJ John in the house. What's happening, mate? Hope you're doing well. Hi, Adam. Greetings from cold Sweden. At least here where I live, it's minus 34 Celsius. Christ, how do you even survive that? Our club is as cold as it is here. How long do you think it will take for us to become a top 4 club? This season, Champions League. If you get the right interim manager, Champions League football, top 4 this season. Let's have it. Come on. Think big. Get the right man in. There's a team here. There is a team here for United. Ineos are utter morons, says Ant. Sorry, but it's a fact. Thank you for that super chat, mate. Straight to the point, my man. Love it, Ant. Mojo in the chat. Again, thank you for the super, mate. Which manager worth of any integrity, self-respect and quality will now look at us as a project worth taking on? The board will now seek yes men, and those managers are average at best. Matches our aspirations as a club and continue the mediocrity. I get what you're saying and I get the fear, Mojo. I do. But there are managers out there that Manchester United can convince. It's Manchester United. This is the moment. This is judgment day for Ineos. Who they get next will determine where this fan base goes and how many serious questions start to be asked of this new management team at Manchester United. They need to get this decision spot on. And this is going to be the 6 months in their tenure that really tell us where we're going as a football club under them. Because the fans will turn, and the fans will turn instantly. I mean, instantly on Ineos. As soon as we find out. Right, I'm just checking something else there as well. I am going to do the giveaway as well. From the game against Leeds, it got lost in all of the carnage, which was the Leeds game the other day. I'm just going to announce the names right at the end who entered the prediction league as well. The latest prediction league is going to be up tonight as well for the Burnley game, everybody. So hopefully we can get some more winners on that as well. Let's get some more comments in as well in here. Bradley says, Ineos out. When are us fans actually going to do something? It's just a circus all the time. I'm bored of Jason Wilcox and Barada are frauds. There's nothing that this fan base can do. Don't let anyone tell you that there is. This is our club and they know that we're going to be loyal to it. I hate to say it, and I don't like to say these things to people who think that there is a way that the fans can actually do something, but there isn't. If we give up on the football club, someone else walks through the door. And that someone is going to pay more money and keep Ineos happy, keep the Glazers happy. It's not going to work for us. And this, I think now is, personally, I think this, like I just said, Ineos need this fan base on board with them. So this next call and the ambition in it is going to be massive in, I think, the future of this football club. My son might see a win at Old Trafford now. Nearly died walking up there tier 2 steps at Stretford End to watch this crap. Good comment there. Good comment there, Harrison, mate. Let's see what else we've got in here as well. At 40 says, you keep mentioning Martin O'Neill, Alex, but he's a Celtic and remember sacked their manager today as well. There's someone actually mentioning Martin O'Neill. Oh, yeah, good manager. Scotland. That's all I'm saying. Paul says, Amorim was 2 players short of a successful team. AFCON was his undoing. The board didn't beef up the midfield, which was crucial last summer. I disagree, Paul. I actually look, AFCON didn't kill him because we beat Newcastle, which was one of our best performances of the season defensively, without the AFCON players and Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount and De Ligt and Maguire. And then we drew with Wolves. We should have won. We was in front. We drew with Leeds. So really, I can't say that AFCON has killed us because we didn't beat a 10-man Everton at home with full AFCON and injured players in. We didn't beat West Ham at home with full AFCON and our injured players in. We were in front 3 times against Bournemouth. Didn't see that out with all of our AFCON contingent and injured players that are currently out now. So I disagree with that, mate. Look, I understand it's not helped, but I can't have the fact that AFCON has killed off Ruben Amorim's chances. He actually came out and said, Ruben Amorim, that he went with a back 3 against Wolves to match them up. You're at Old Trafford. You're going up against the worst team in Premier League history, and he went to match them up. That there tells you everything you need to know. That was deliberate from Ruben Amorim. And if he wants to play around because he's not happy with this team and play with our emotions like that, then he doesn't belong at Manchester United. Simple as. When I heard that, when I heard Daniel Kahn from Sky actually talking about that today, and what Ruben said after we asked him that question, why did he go back to a back 3? Wanted to match up Wolves. That is not acceptable at all, ever, at Manchester United. Protest at the derby, worldwide audience. Yeah, protests will just grab attention, cameras, and make Manchester United look bigger, mate. Protests don't work. It brings the fan base together, and that's great. It really is. Shows how big Manchester United are, but it doesn't affect anything with the ownership. Never has and never will do, mate. I've been there, been to a lot of them, and it doesn't help. It doesn't. It's organised by the police. Honestly, I get it, mate. I do. I get where you're going with it. I'm trying not to play it down or the importance of it because it is big, and the people that organise them deserve a lot of credit. But what has it done? It's not really affected anything. Mike says, Xavi is the man for me, but the board have to back him, and will they? Question mark. Maybe someone like Xavi who commands respect will finally make them invest. Doubt it. And Xavi is way, way, way down the pecking order. In fact, let me just bring up that table of potential managers for Manchester United. Let me just see where it is again. So much. So Xavi is 18-1, and he is the 7th favourite for the job. So I can't see that one happening at the moment. Not just saying that the bookies are what it is, but you know what I mean. Like, you'd get the feeling if he was right up there. And I just don't think he is. But don't forget, everybody, please do go and watch my video on Adam FC. The whole breakdown from behind the scenes from this morning. If you haven't subscribed to my other channel, it's more of a look from behind, a bit more of a laid-back, chilled channel of me and the football news. And it was sort of a look on what happened this morning and how manic it was. And just my look on everything that happened when that news was dropped on Ruben. It was a mad one. It was. So, yeah, that's there as well, everyone. If you want to go and watch that, thank you again if you have done already. Loads of views today. Absolutely loved it. And again, the likes and comments have been absolutely awesome. I love the support and this community here on Forever United TV. It's absolutely brilliant. So please do keep on liking the videos. Let's get some more comments in. Ryan says, oh my God, these fans that say Zidane, Emery, Conte, none of those managers are gettable. Well, they are. They are if we go and get them, mate. And not one of these managers like being told what to do. They are real managers. So they would demand respect from this board. And that's why the challenge is set. If they went out and attempted to get these managers, then that would prove, I think, to this fan base that we are going in the right direction. That this is the right ownership model. It's a challenge more than a reality. Look, I'm not confident that we're going to go and get these managers. Nothing shouts out to me that these managers are going to come to Manchester United. What I want the club to do is go out and get them. And then that is something that everybody can get behind. I'm not, Kieran, I don't know what you mean, mate. I'm not more interested in bets and odds of the new manager. I don't know why you would say that. I've been talking about all the ins and outs and everything all day, mate. A bit disrespectful, but I'll let you off with it, mate. Zinedine Zidane, 16-1. Yeah, he doesn't speak English, and I don't see it happening. I don't. Nagelsmann would be the dream for me. I doubt we get him. Could do. Could do. And Vivell does have that contact. So if he is going to take a more prominent role in the recruitment of the next manager, then you could actually say there is a link there. Because that was a story earlier on. That was a story that was being spoken about earlier on today, that Christopher Vivell is going to take a bigger role now, and he's going to be more than involved in the recruitment of the next manager. So that, again, could actually turn out to be quite important for us. And Nagelsmann is free after that World Cup. And depending how far Germany go, by the middle of July, before pre-season starts, Man United might have had a new manager appointed, or we could be waiting for one. A few people have been talking about Jurgen Klopp. That is a mad one, obviously. And Klopp would never come to United anyway. He wouldn't. Getting that manager from Winton Ladies. He wants the job. Yes, Robert. I'm telling you, I would take it. I would sort them out, no problem. I think they'd be all scared of me, though, to be honest. I don't think they'd like me in there. I think it would get messy. It would get very messy, in fact. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher can't beat the manager. I don't give a damn. That's how I feel. A lot of people have taken it hard today, I think, as well, like giving up on the club. Here we go again. Understandable for them people as well, but we have to try and look forward now. I think we have to look forward and hope that is hope. I know it doesn't sound great, but it is hope. We hope that Ineos can get this right. It's a massive, massive moment for the football club. Quickly as well, the winners from the prediction game. I wanted to bring them up. I didn't do them on Big Up because there wasn't enough people in there to announce it. So these are your Big Up names. If you are one of these names on Big Up, go on to the homepage on Big Up. The link is in the description, everybody. These are the names that won the prizes. So you won the merch from the OK Jersey store of your choice. Any shirt that you want. That could be anything for any club. International, retro, up-to-date, training kit, anything you want. So these are the names. So these are the these are the usernames on Big Up only. So it's Paul Woolley, 74. Redbeard 08. The Honest Tiger. Yes, Honest Tiger. Stu, yes, Stu, the mod Stu, you actually won. I can't believe it. Alias and Riverbird 69. 6 winners. They're the names that got the prizes. Please get onto me and contact me on Big Up on the main Discord chat on the main page. And all the information is on there of how to email for your code to claim your prize. Get onto that, please, everybody, as quickly as you can, because we've got another one starting, which is going to be coming in tomorrow morning for the Burnley game. So, again, I was going to say Ruben Amorim's press conference, and I got so used to saying that, but the press conference tomorrow is late. Apparently, it has been moved. I've seen this advertised earlier on. Just let me double check this for you to time it right for tomorrow. I think the press conference is going to be late afternoon and not in its usual 1:30 slot. So let me just double check this now. I'm pretty certain it did get moved. Right, so bringing it up. Yep. It has been moved. So, Manchester United press conference tomorrow is going to be our evening show, everybody, because the presser is at 5:30. So we're going to be live from 5, covering the press conference tomorrow. That's the evening content. So there'll be plenty of news leading up to that, I'm sure. And I'm going to keep you all completely updated throughout the day tomorrow again, because I think there's going to be news coming thick and fast. More important now, of course, than it was before, that you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of the news, everybody. A couple of super chats in right at the end. Ineos couldn't get 10p mix bag right. Difficult, innit? Cheers for that, and gifted membership there from London as well, you absolute legend. 2 of them, thank you, mates. Absolutely love that. I'm sure I missed one more super chat in there. Want to make sure that I've got everyone covered before we finish up. And that is it. Yes, you have the impression Ineos care about the club. Well, they need to, because they ploughed money into it, unlike some people. Honestly, De Zerbi is a nonsense manager slash coach. A no-nonsense manager slash coach, sorry. That from Elite as well, Cape Town. That is pretty much all the supers covered. Thank you, everybody. It's been an absolutely epic day here on Forever United TV. All of the news and everything. I'm going to go rest. I don't think I'm going to be resting long, though. I got a feeling news is just going to come thick and fast now. But I'll be back. Normal schedule, 8 o'clock in the morning, with all the overnight news for you all, everybody. Make sure that you're there. I will be taking a fresh look on everything that has gone down, doing a bit more research for you, and bringing it all the way to you guys in the morning, 8 o'clock. Make sure that you're there, everybody. Pop a like on the video on the way out, everybody. Don't forget to check out my behind the scenes video from Adam FC and the other content from today, my breakdown of all of the players, all of the managers in the reckoning. That video was up earlier on this afternoon as well. That's there on the channel. Go check it all out, everybody, and I will see you all first thing in the morning. What a day. Cheers for watching, everybody. Have a great evening, whatever you're up to. Be careful out there on them icy roads, and I'll see you all in the morning.